watching the South Texas News Leader. This is 3 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for allowing us into your home. I'm Rudy Trevino.
I'm Leslie Adamy. Lots to bring you on what has been a very active day of weather for us here in the Coastal Bend as the first named storm of the 2024 hurricane season made its debut, and with it dumping plenty of rain across the region.
Tropical storm Alberto bringing rain, flooding, and if you've been joining us throughout the evening, you've also likely seen even tornado warnings.
Chief Meteorologist Alan Holt is here now to lead things off. Alan?
Yeah, the tornado watch in effect till 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. It includes all of the viewing area, extended up to just south of San Antonio, also includes all of the valley. We've certainly had our share of tornado warnings here. These tend to happen in these tropical features because of speed shear. Slow winds at the surface, fast winds aloft. You get a rotation there, and then in an updraft in some of these showers, you can bend that into the vertical, and that's when you get these tornadic spin-ups. They tend to be on the outer fringes of larger tropical circulations, which is certainly what we're on right now, and they tend to be brief and isolated, primarily EF0 or EF1, wind speeds up to around 110 miles per hour. We had a warning come out around 6:40 tonight right into the Rockport, Fulton area, and we did get a report of some damage there at 6:48. Reports of significant roof damage in the area, several trees down, and multiple reports of the public seeing the tornado. That was at 6:48, moving through the Rockport, Fulton area. We were on the air with that warning as it was happening. So there have been some confirmed damage reports and visual confirmation of some of these, and they're going to be sporadic and brief if they do happen, and they'll happen under shower activity. We just had one pass over the studio here. This big shield of rain is moving inland, and we have gotten lots of rain here, over 5 inches of rain in Sinton, in Rockport, reports of 7+ inches of rain north of Corpus Christi Bay. Corpus Christi between, in general, 2 to 3.5 inches throughout the city, 3 inches as far west as Alice, parts of the watershed, Mathis, 3 inches plus, and more rain is going to be coming. The watershed now starting to experience that soaking rain. A lot of places now over an inch in the southern parts of the watershed. And as we look at this map, and look where the rain is moving, more of the watershed will be capturing more rain tonight. So we're not done with the rain yet. This is going to continue to stream in from the Gulf of Mexico as we head into the overnight hours. A lot more insight on this here in a few minutes. Leslie, Rudy.
All right, Alan, thank you so much. As we have seen all day today, the impacts of Tropical Storm Alberto are widespread. As a result, Texas Governor Greg Abbott issuing a disaster declaration for over 50 counties, and that list includes all counties here in the KIII viewing area. This just further ensures that anyone in the state that is part of this disaster declaration at risk of being severely impacted by the storm will get the resources that they need. And we do have more storm coverage coming up here in just a couple of minutes, but first, the Driscoll Health Plan gave updates today regarding the status of a program that could potentially shut down in September of next year, a move that would disrupt healthcare to thousands of South Texas residents in that process.
Our Josh Maxwell spoke with a young mother of a girl who has a rare disorder who relies on the health plan to pay for treatments. He joins us live in studio with that story. Josh?
Rudy Leslie, the parent I spoke with, says that she gets so much assistance from Driscoll Health, she couldn't even tell me how much she pays because she simply doesn't get a bill. Her story, just one of many examples of how this program helps those in need.
Hello.
That was April. While she and her mom, Melissa Velasco, have the brightest smiles, they also have their own battles.
It is called Kabuki. She's the only one in the entire Coastal Bend who has this.
Kabuki syndrome is a rare genetic condition that can result in children having distinctive facial features and possible mental and physical growth setbacks.
The most severe child with Kabuki syndrome, they have to be tube fed, they have to be on oxygen, they have to have trachs here in their throat.
Velasco says she's been a part of Driscoll Health Plan for just over a decade now, and that they've been instrumental in covering her daughter's treatments.
We don't get any bills. They take care of it.
But that assistance could potentially be stripped away.
75% of the children on Medicaid and those pregnant mothers also eligible for Medicaid will have their health insurance essentially disrupted.
Driscoll Health Plan CEO Craig Smith referring to the possibility of having to turn away over 195,000 members who have Medicaid coverage through the plan.
Medicaid business that is at stake right now constitutes over 90 to 95% of our business. Simply as a health plan, we would likely have to close our doors.
So why is this happening?
The state is disregarding past performance in order to allow more companies to bid.
In the meantime, parents like Velasco are left wondering and waiting.
We're the ones taking our kids to the doctors, not you and not your neighbor. It's us.
Smith says that they are currently in the protest period of the procurement process against the Health and Human Services Commission, which does oversee Medicaid for the state. He says that if things don't go their way, they are looking at pursuing further legal action. Rudy, Leslie, back to you.
All right, Josh, thank you for that report. With lingering rain and flood conditions left over from today, several area school districts making the decision to close campus tomorrow as well. So here are some of those districts, which do include Robstown, Alice, Three Rivers, Mathis, Orange Grove, Banquetti ISDs, and on the college front, Del Mar and Texas A&M Kingsville are closed tomorrow. Texas A&M Corpus Christi, however, will be remote. As for the Corpus Christi ISD, officials say they will resume normal operations tomorrow.
And Naval Air Station Corpus Christi's North Gate entrance will be closed tomorrow due to weather and storm debris on Ocean Drive. All traffic entering or exiting the base will be directed to the main South Gate. NASCC will still allow access to Stark College and Seminary.
We turn now to the heavy flooding in the area brought on by rain and high tide as Alberto made its way through the coastal bend.
North Beach, one of the worst hit areas, with parts of it completely covered by water. The tropical storm stopping cars in their tracks, leaving emergency crews to assist with potential rescues. While some visitors chose to turn around, others plowed right through the flooded streets.
One resident found walking after the water became too much for her Uber driver's car.
We got about halfway and we started floating down. And thank goodness, because the fire department stopped. They brought a little boat and everything. They were going to rescue us.
Well, first responders continuing to warn drivers not to drive through any flooded streets, as even a few inches of rain can cause you to lose control of your vehicle.
Folks around here are pretty hardy, but we are subject to the weather, that's for sure. So hopefully everybody fares well.
Reaction from a resident out of Ingleside on the Bay earlier today, who is just one of over 600 homeowners living right along the ship channel at sea level. The water rising right up to their doorsteps today. The rain there wasn't as heavy as they feared it could be, but Mayor Joanne Amon says her city is prepared for weather emergencies.
And the effects of Alberto could be seen along our shores, pretty much all up and down the coastal bend today, notably in the canals on the island to the flooding beneath JFK Causeway. That area already experiencing high tides, which aided in pushing the surge of water up and over most of the levels that we're used to seeing. Experts say it's likely we'll see high water for about a week before it starts going down.
And today's storm surge caused at least one boat to sink at Marina del Sol. ABC News crews were in town witnessing the boat sinking and took this video. Its bow peeking out of the water. This has become too common of a sight during storms in Corpus Christi. You may remember Hurricane Hannah destroyed dozens of boats at Marina del Sol. That was about 4 years ago. As of our last update back in 2022, about 30 boats remained at the bottom of the marina.
More boats in distress in San Patricio's navigation district. As you can see here, the water levels are rising so high, bringing the boats with it to the point where they were bumping up against the docks, causing damage to several of those vessels. You know, it's been a very, very active weather night with several tornado warnings throughout our area, the viewing area.
Exactly. If you've been keeping it here on Channel 3, you've seen Chief Meteorologist Alan Holt popping up live to bring you some of those. Let's go back to him for another check of things outside. Alan?
Yeah, new tornado warning as we speak. It just popped up as we're on our broadcast here. It's down. If we can flip the monitor over here, guys, so I can see what's going on. The big monitor in the newsroom. The tornado warning is down near Baffin Bay, the mouth of the, or not the mouth, but the backside of Baffin Bay. This was just issued. It's until 10:30 tonight. We're going to get a zoomed in look on this. It is moving west pretty quickly, around 40 miles per hour. That would put it close to the 77 corridor, around 10:25 in that window. And what we've been looking at for this is the rotational aspect of these features. This is the couplet, and you've got green here, the radar site, see where the beam's coming from at the Corpus Christi International Airport. So you've got wind blowing one way and then the red wind blowing the other way, and that's where the spin would be. So this is moving toward 77. Current path would take it north of Rivera. This doesn't look terribly impressive, maybe a waterspout type scenario, but like we saw in Rockport, these are capable of making it to the ground and causing some minor damage. So don't want to take these lightly, but this warning in effect until 10:30 tonight. 84 out right now. Air quality is good. We've got a lot of rain still in the region. East to northeast wind, 21 miles per hour, sustained close to 30 over in the Rockport area, gusting 45 miles per hour. That's tropical storm force gusts. It's technically not the tropical storm force conditions, but you see the max gust today between that 40 and 50 mile per hour range, and that's what we were talking about yesterday. I haven't changed this map at all. The orange, that's where it's most likely to have those 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts tonight into the first half of tomorrow. Windy, but not as strong inland, gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour as we continue to see these showers moving in from the Gulf of Mexico. The trend should be to see a little less coverage into tomorrow morning, but still the widely scattered activity that moves in is going to be capable certainly of dropping a lot of rain and heavy pockets of rain as it moves through. And remember that tornado watch, it's in effect overnight through 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So any activity you're going to have to pay close attention to for any little rotation showing up on the radar. Leslie, Rudy?
All right, thank you, Alan. Thank you. Keep it right here. We're going to be back right after these commercials.
Welcome to Fall River. We have a lot going for us. Historic charm, great bird watching, and an Amazon warehouse. Jose is doing a free tech program. His career's about to take off in
software development.
MJ works here. She got healthcare on her first day.
For me and my kids.
Big birding family. Locals are spotting opportunities at Amazon all across the country. Good for employees, good for Fall River. Good spot.
So you want us to hold this pose for several days?
Obviously.
Let's turn it a hard iced tea.
Obviously.
And it's made with real Lipton tea?
Obviously.
America's favorite tea made a hard iced tea? Obviously. Introducing Lipton Hard Iced Tea with 5% alcohol.
ShipStation saves us so much time. It makes it really easy and seamless. Pick an order, print everything you need, slap the label onto the box, and it's ready to go.
Our cost for shipping, we're cut in half, just like that.
Go to ShipStation.com for a free 30-day trial.
You know, Raising Cane's freshly brewed iced tea is iced tea's iced tea.
Thanks, sweet iced tea.
Raising Cane's iced tea is iced tea's iced tea. Get out of here.
Come on, unsweet iced tea. Hey!
Raising Cane's is the official iced tea of iced tea.
My name is Brenda, and I got Botox Cosmetic. I got treated on my forehead, my crow's feet, and my frown line. I'm so happy with the results.
Talk to your doctor about Botox Cosmetic and whether it's right for you. The effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
NetCredit is here to say yes to a personal loan or line of credit, even when other lenders won't. Apply online in minutes and get funds deposited the next business day or sooner. Go to netcredit.com. NetCredit. Credit to the people.
Keeping watch on this tornado warning in effect for another 15 minutes. It's in Clayburgh County. It's now west of the Baffin Bay area, the circulation in question. A lot of rain moving inland, continuing to see the showers moving ashore, but this is the area that I'm focused on right now. And on the radar, you can see a little curl showing up. This isn't classic textbook style rotation. The tropical stuff's a lot harder to see. It's not going to look like a hook echo or anything like that, but that's where we're watching. We switch over to the velocity product right in that same area. That's where the rotation is showing up. So, you know, it's as radar indicated. We don't know what's on the ground without visual confirmation, but in Rockport, we did see some damage from a system that looked just like this, a rotational aspect, a little couplet, rotating shower moving in. This one's moving fast to the west. It's likely going to get to Highway 77 before 10:30, given the 40-mile-per-hour movement there. So we're going to watch that. Fairly rural part of the area, should be north of Rivera as it gets closer to Highway 77. Lots of rain spreading into almost all of the watershed. Of course, we want to see as much as possible, but this is good. It's definitely not bad, with moderate to pockets of heavy rain moving through. And this is all courtesy the northern end of what is still Tropical Storm Alberto. 50 miles per hour with 65-mile-per-hour gusts with this thing. It's going to move in very close to Tampico, Mexico tonight. And we're going to continue to see a lot of that moisture drive into Texas with the massive wind field. This wind field is huge, considering the center of the storm is hundreds of miles south of us, and we've got some tropical storm force gusts in to parts of Texas. So this moves in, it falls apart tomorrow, and that'll be it for Alberto. Still some big waves, 13, 14 feet out there. That's what's coming up to our coastline right now. We're likely going to have 10-foot waves at long period swells, which is going to raise the rip current risk. It's going to keep the coastal flooding coming. We should see a little docile, maybe that's the wrong word, a little less activity out there Friday. Saturday, Sunday, still kind of settling down, but a full moon on Friday is going to amp up the tide, so still coastal flooding will be a concern. If you're here visiting the beach, probably going to have some flooding throughout the weekend, even though the waves are going to start to become more of what they typically are here, and that's because of the full moon. So tides 2 to 3 feet above normal. That's going to lead to flooded beaches, roads, and low-lying areas in coastal locations. Also some coastal erosion, and the rip current concern is sky high right now. It is not advisable to be getting into the waters given their current state. Alberto into Tampico, heading into tomorrow morning. A lot of the rain's going to be in Mexico. We'll still have this feeder band possibility with us, so anything like that does happen, the heavy rains will still be possible, but the coverage into both Thursday and Friday will be going down. We're not going to see as much coverage on the rainfall as we saw today, so total 3 to 6 inches. This is overall, including today. Some of these locations will get a little bit more than that. But really today, you know, I thought we'd have higher rainfall rates. The rain's been with us all day long, but we were seeing 1 to 1.5 inches per hour rather than 2 inches plus, and that's why the totals weren't as aggressively high, and we saw more of a 3 to 6 inch range on the totals throughout much of the coastal bend. Again, still a little bit more to come, but it's not we're not going to see a foot of rain here is what I'm trying to say. So the trend goes down into Thursday and Friday, and then into the weekend / next week. This feature we've been talking about, the Central American Gyre, it's active right now. It's a broad area of low pressure, and it can spit out little tropical spin-ups while that is ongoing. And we've got another area, 40% now, medium chance for development. This is not Alberto. This is over the weekend. It does look like we'll see something try to spin up in the Bay of Campeche heading into the weekend. This is how the European model handles it. And Euro did a good job with Alberto, so I think it's warranted to show this. Heading into Sunday, very close to Tampico, a similar track as Alberto. Not really ready to say exactly what the impacts, rain outlook, things like that look like with this thing yet. More insight on that to come over Thursday and Friday. Friday, Saturday, calmer, less rain, warmer, mid to low 90s, and then the rain in the forecast Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's a reflection and a little acknowledgement of whatever is to come again out of Campeche. But it looks like the track similar to Alberto right now, but we'll see. We'll revisit that in the next few days.
All right.
Lots to keep tabs on.
sure.
Alan, thank you for all of that. When we come back, it is proof that where there is hope, there is promise to overcome whatever odds are against you. One Corpus Christi woman's story of inspiration and how she's now helping others next.
Slow and steady.
Oh, that's the key, man.
That's the key.
No.
For the last time I ran the race, my toenail fell off.
Then why do you smell like you just came back from the spa?
It's my native deodorant.
Plain deodorant never lasts this long. You don't deserve to wear that, babe.
Don't say that.
You do smell beautiful.
Look at you, hostess with the mostest.
How does she do it?
But no one knows that earlier today.
It's not finished?
Oh my.
Oh, come on.
But you kept your cool.
I just planted those?
Sort of. And ordered everything you needed from Lowe's on Instacart. Yeah, look at you. Visit instacart.com or download the app to get free delivery on your first 3 orders.
NetCredit is here to say yes to a personal loan or line of credit, even when other lenders won't. Apply online in minutes and get funds deposited the next business day or sooner. Go to netcredit.com. NetCredit. Credit to the people.
Hi, I'm Wolfgang Buck. When I started my online store, Wolfgang Buck Home, I knew there would be a lot of orders to fill, and I wanted them to ship out fast. That's why I chose ShipStation. ShipStation helps manage orders, reduce shipping costs, and print out shipping labels. It's my secret ingredient.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers.
And Wolfgang Buck.
Go to ShipStation.com for a free 30-day trial.
My name is Ashley Cortez, and I am the founder of the Stay Beautiful Foundation. When I started in 2016, I would go to the post office and literally fill out each person's name on a label. And now at ShipStation, we are shipping 500 beauty boxes a month. It takes less than 5 minutes for me to get all of my labels and get beauty in the hands of women who are battling cancer so much quicker.
ShipStation, the #1 choice of online sellers. Go to ShipStation.com for a free 30-day trial.
This week, we share the story of one coastal Bend woman who turned her story of homelessness into a story of hope for others.
Our Alexis Green gives us a glimpse into the reality of the LGBTQ community who find themselves in this same situation.
Marilena Garza is a familiar face out here. The people who congregate have come to know and trust her because she was once in their shoes.
No, I wasn't living under a bridge for a long period of time, but I did not know where I was going to live, and among a bunch of reasons. But one of them was that I was queer, I was gay, and my parents just didn't know how to accept that.
Garza says it happens all too often in the LGBT community.
Too often. I have several people that are transgender, queer, and they're out here because of that. They don't feel comfortable seeking help from most traditional spaces.
Garza has come a long way since then to get back on her feet. She's a licensed massage therapist, and she is the CEO founder of the Free Store, which provides basic necessities to those on the streets. It's a mission that began when she was downtown and saw other people barefoot.
I saw people without shoes, and it just bothered me. It really invoked that memory of wandering around town with no shoes. Now, Garza does monthly picnics for the homeless community, as well as drops like this one ahead of severe weather events. We don't just offer shoes now, we offer everything: clothing, food, medical supplies, bike repair, haircuts, and we also collaborate with other really great nonprofits. Garza says the most important thing her organization hands out is kindness. Appreciate you. Bill Holscher, CEO of the Coastal Bend Wellness Foundation, says over the last several years, they've started focus work on the LGBT community and came across many homeless youths who simply don't have the safe harbor or resources.
It's so horrible and tragic are the people that are supposed to love you no matter what, regardless of who you are the ones who are causing you the most pain and terror in your life.
Garza, who now has a brick and mortar for the Free Store, says they've helped more than 4,000 people to date and still growing. She says her hope is that people will find understanding in their hearts because we are all one disaster away from being in the same situation, including those who are turned out for choosing to be themselves. Understand that this isn't a choice. We're all different, and that's what makes it beautiful, our city beautiful, the diversity, but we need that inclusivity, and that's what we're missing.
Alexis Green reporting, story of inspiration there. Sports is next.
I just want to have fun, clap my hands.
I'm so excited to finally be treated with Juvederm fillers. Smooth, natural looking, long lasting, and instant results.
With the Juvederm collection of fillers, true to you. Learn more at Juvederm.com. For more important safety information and to find a licensed specialist, visit Juvederm.com.
3 days, not a single word. And you come home smelling like a pina colada?
That's my native deodorant, honey. You watch me put it on. Clean ingredients for this long. We're gonna need a mobile polygraph. Honey, you smell like a cookie.
3 days, not a single word. And you come home smelling like a pina colada?
That's my native deodorant, honey. You watch me put it on. Clean ingredients for this long. We're gonna need a mobile polygraph. Honey, you smell like a cookie.
Hey, what are you working on? Come on, I've got an idea.
If you love nature, join Kentucky Wild and make a difference for our threatened wildlife. Your membership supports opportunities to experience wildlife conservation projects side by side with the Kentucky Wild team and receive some sweet gear too. Go online now. Join today. Annual membership start at $25.
Locked On NBA Podcast.
The Celtics are significantly better. They'll be well rested. If the Celtics don't win in a sweep, I think that we might start to talk. Like, all right, are we sure the Celtics are the juggernaut we thought?
Listen or watch today wherever you get podcasts.
Hurricane Idalia hit Florida's west coast.
After the mass shooting, all of Nashville is coming together.
Get the latest headlines from near and far in the news.
Good evening, everybody. The Texas A&M Aggies were once again turning to Cal Allen grad Justin Lampkin to face the Florida Gators in the College World Series. Now, Lampkin threw 3 scoreless against him on Saturday, looking to pitch the Aggies to the championship here. Lampkin spotted a 2-run lead, getting the strikeout, swinging. Then later in the inning, Lampkin, again, another strikeout, swinging. He was solid. Now in the third, though, the Gators had loaded the bases with 2 outs, but Lampkin getting the pop out in foul territory, getting some help from his shortstop, Ali Camarillo, making a nice sliding grab, getting out of the jam. Lampkin, 5 shutout innings, 9 strikeouts. His stretch in Omaha has been absolutely outstanding, and his offense getting it done. A 2-run shot from Caden Sorrell in the 6th. That made it 5-0. Lampkin picks up the win as the Aggies advance to the championship series with the 6-0 win. Here he is after the game.
Yeah, I think really just getting ahead of hitters and really believing in my stuff and really taking it pitch by pitch and staying present in the moment. I didn't really see it as pressure. I just saw it as an opportunity to go out there and just do what I do and kind of really just believe in myself.
So it's an all-SEC matchup. Texas A&M will face #1 Tennessee in a best 2 out of 3 series for the title beginning on Saturday. How cool is that? Well, the 8th annual John Paul Barta High School Home Run Derby has been rescheduled. Originally was set to take place tomorrow night at Cabinets. Now going to be set for Saturday, July 20th. Now no start time has been announced for that new date. 9 recent graduates will be competing for college scholarships in honor of the former Flower Bluff Army Corporal John Paul Barta, who was killed in Iraq in 2006. Well, the Hooks announced this afternoon that tonight's game will be made up tomorrow as part of a doubleheader thanks to Tropical Storm Alberto. The pair of 7-inning games will be played starting at 4:30. Of course, these are dependent on the weather as well. Now, the Hooks were originally going to host a Spasmatics concert tomorrow night, but that has been bumped to September 12th. Tickets to the game can be exchanged at the box office for any future Hooks game this season. So, you know, weather forcing some cancellations here and there, but, you know, everything will be made up. But again, you know, how cool is that for Justin Lampkin
very
pitching
nice.
the Aggies to the championship series?
So fun to watch. We love to see it. South Texas kids doing it
representing on the big stage for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've got a tornado warning. It's in southwestern Clayburgh County. This thing is still showing up on radar, the rotation at least. It's now west of Highway 77, north and west of Rivera. You see where the red and green is close to each other near the Highway 77 emblem. That's the rotation. Pretty rural part of Clayburgh County. We're going to be all over this. We're, you know, overlapping shifts tonight, so we're going to be paying attention to everything going on with respect to the activity. We should be in the upper 70s by tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow, widely scattered stuff, high around 90.
All right, Alan, thank you so much for all that. As you mentioned, going to be keeping tabs on this online, on air. All right,
And great work to all of y'all today from start to finish.
Yep, for sure.
been a
Got
long
some
one.
rain, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Keep
we
it
did.
coming.
Alan, thanks. That'll wrap up the late edition of 3 News.
Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
Hey, what are you working on? Come on, I've got an idea.
If you love nature, join Kentucky Wild and make a difference for our threatened wildlife. Your membership supports opportunities to experience wildlife conservation projects side by side with the Kentucky Wild team and receive some sweet gear too. Go online now. Join today. Annual memberships start at $25.
But listen, all of this stuff is great. They're durable, they're long lasting, and you know, taking care of the family pet, it's so special, the bond between family and, you know, dog, but it's even more so for a veteran.
Absolutely. A dog is part of all of our families and it lifts our spirits, but for a veteran who's had the experiences that Matt has had, Ava is even that much more important to him and to the whole family, raising those spirits and making them feel great every day.
There are a lot of us now, and it means so much when we can all be together, especially when we can do something good, like our yearly service project. We're also running a t-shirt fundraiser through Custom Ink to help raise more money and awareness for the cause. Our t-shirt fundraiser with Custom Ink makes it easy to share our campaign and help our community, and their design services team helped us get a design we love. I'm proud that we can make a difference together as a community. Come together for a cause. Get started today at customink.com.
NetCredit is here to say yes to a personal loan or line of credit, even when other lenders won't. Apply online in minutes and get funds deposited the next business day or sooner. Go to netcredit.com. NetCredit. Credit to the people.